What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast presented by BetRivers. Make sure you download that BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older to play. Do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Make sure you tell a friend about First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new notifications for new content just like this right here. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we have Rick Doc Walker checking in with us. We will review the Commanders-Giants game. Look forward to the San Fran Commanders game. We'll talk to AntMoe and find out about the Philly-Cowboys game. So we got a full slate for y'all. Y'all know what we're about to do. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Artlist.io.
First String Podcast presented by BetRivers. I'm your host, Toothpick. And alongside me today, I'm going to bring in my guys and Lady A. But before we do that, like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast, all right? Hit that bell to enable alerts for new notifications. Be active in the chat. We like that. It helps us out. And without further ado, let's bring in the man responsible for the puppy chow shortage. He likes to feed his dogs so they can grow up and be healthy and strong with good coats. My main man Blink, what's good, man? How are you?
We ready.
Are y'all really?
We ready.
Yeah, getting close to that time.
Man, you know how it is, man. We up in here. We building championships out here. Championships, I tell you, championships.
Okay. The question is, do you really put pepper in a puppy chow, or they just come out?
I put a little slappy mamas in there, so they're ready to go.
A little slappy mama in there. Okay, okay, I got you. All right, now let's bring in the world's only cat herder. He's always chasing them down. My man AntMoe. What's good, Ant?
Yeah, you were right about these intros. what's going on, man? What the world is going on?
Hey, you all right, man?
I'm hanging, Doc. I'm ready to throw a lot of shade on the Cowboys today.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, listen, let's bring in the number one designated driver from FedEx Field to wherever you live. Lady A, how you doing?
It's funny you say that, but I was definitely not driving. So
I was going to say, needs the designated driver when she's at the stadium on Sunday?
First of all, that's not the case.
No, that was the case.
That was not the case.
Listen, when you are running on the field,
that wasn't me. I told y'all that was not me.
We don't believe you.
I promise that was not me running down that field.
I saw Terry was about to somebody. He was like, oh.
He did look like he was gonna get that man.
He was trying to come out. He was trying to come out and throw a lead block, secure the W.
Well, I had to show them how to do it if that was the case.
Oh, okay. Okay, right.
When they tackled that man, that was one of the best tackles and one of the best runs of the night. So
yeah. Hey, let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. Y'all know how we do. We got Bruce Glass first in the building today. My bad, Bruce. Hold on. I know I hit show. Okay, there it is. Is everything glitching for me? All right, Bruce is in the building. And my man Drew, he's there. All right, and he said hello to everyone. Good evening, everyone. He said there's a tough loss for both our teams this week. Well, I'm gonna tell you the same way I told Ant. I was salty at the end of the day with both of y'all. I was insulted. Hey, the girls in the building said. All right, and we got Kyle in the building. How you doing, sir? How you doing, Kyle? We still ain't caught up to Kyle.
Checker.
Oh my God, that man is cashing so many checks right now. We still ain't caught up to Cal on Call of Duty, but we'll get you, bro. We got you. And then he said, "What's up to you?" Said, right? Man, listen, Linda, listen. I'm gonna need y'all to just give me a little elbow room on this one. I'm gonna need a little elbow room. Just roll with the punches, okay? All right. So when you have control of your own destiny in your hands, that is the time to let it all go, let it all fly. Not be timid, not act like okay. That is not the time to be timid. We got 10 minutes with Doc. We got 10 minutes. He's like, hey, Doc is fighting something right now. He's gonna give us 10 minutes and then Doc will be out.
Okay.
All right.
After that air on Sunday,
you don't have control. I mean, you still do have control.
No, I'm talking about Doc fighting something.
Yeah, listen, but when you have your destiny in your own hands, every NFL team, you need to seize that. You cannot. It's not the time to be playing like, oh, this game really doesn't matter. We got this or we got that under control. No, you asked for the fans to come out and show up, and the fans did. But the team forgot to show up until the second half of the game. That is not what you do when you're trying to get into the playoffs. When you're sitting at the sixth seed, maybe trying to move up or do something better to lock in a playoff spot, that's not how you play. Sunday was terrible all the way around.
Yeah, but Lady A's been saying it all season, and she keeps saying it, and I don't think you're listening. It's the NFC East. And yeah, that matters.
Oh, we're going to get to you in a second because I remember a text coming through on Sunday when the score was 21 to what? And it said...
I didn't text nothing.
You sure?
I didn't text... You talking about the Cowboys?
Yes.
No, I didn't never text you about the Cowboys. I text you about the Commanders.
No.
That wasn't a division.
Hey, you be drunk texting. You be drunk texting, Ant.
Did I ever text about the Cowboys? I picked us to lose. Why would I text y'all? No, as a matter of fact, no, you know what? You know who it was? It was Lady A. No. It was Lady A who made reference to that game. You were saying, looks like the Cowboys are winning or something like that. I didn't really comment on it like that.
I have y'all names crossed up in the check.
You do. Yeah, you do. Because I didn't. Why would I
Lady A under my...
I know what I'm talking about here, man. I picked us to lose. Did I not say Jags plus 4.5? What you said?
He did.
So I ain't gonna talk crap prematurely for no good reason. So here you go again. No, I never did that. Lady A kicked it off. I didn't make reference to that. I was like, hey, good. If they win, it'll surprise me.
I was trying to give words of encouragement, but that ain't help.
I did. Hey, listen.
No. That I apologize. It was Lady Ace. Look at them
boys. Spare me your weak apologies. You wanted to jump down my throat because
I wanted to get you, bro. I wanted to get you
because the Commanders. Because after a certain point in that Commanders game, I put those eyes up. ...
I told you it was too early. It was too soon.
Then the designated driver said, "I'm cussing," and I said, "I'm smiling."
Listen,
the hate is real.
And threw it across the room. That was the best place for it. I let you have it. I let Droop have it, and Droop got at us. He was like, "Ooh, that's for talking about mess about the Cowboys earlier today." Bro, I was in my feelings. I was in all of them.
You know the part that I hate the most about it is because my conviction said to pick the Giants on the spread, and I didn't. I didn't go by my conviction. That's the second time that's happened. My record would have been phenomenal. It's already still good, but it would have been even better.
Is it really?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yes. No, it would have been no. Oh, hey, don't shoulda, woulda, nothing. You stay out of this. Nobody talking to you.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Sid, pardon my back, Sid. Turning my back on you, man.
Hold on, wait a minute. You know what? Since we got Doc and we're going to have Doc for 10 minutes, let's get into this right now. Say it.
Oh, we're going to jump right into it? Okay, we're going to do a quick review. Quick review of Week 14. And I'm sorry, Week 15. I'm a week behind. Week 15 results of what's going on. Let's see what happened in Week 15. Bam. Bam! Look at that. You got AntMoe at 12-4, Lady A at 12-4, Blink 11-5, Toothpick 10-6. Everybody's above 500. But again,
above 500.
Lady A is time for the top. She's trying to close in on somebody. I don't know who it is, but she's trying. We'll give her that. And the overall lead, as you can see it, bam!
Oh bam. No! Did her little meager 1-game lead go away?
Wait, how did my 1-game lead?
That's a grab department. That's the grab department.
That's
grab department. She should still be up 1. She should still. That's my fault. That's cool. Grab department. Lady A should still be up 1 game.
Still gained 2 games on said, so it's all good in the hood.
That's my fault, Lady A. That's my fault. I'll take that.
Gain 2 games on. Hey, don't get distracted. Everybody gained games on said.
My bad. Little bit of came back there, and I was trying to do it, and he threw me off a little bit.
Listen.
Came back there.
The graphics department.
Listen, we should just clear house on all things graphic. We going out. We outsourcing after this season.
They sort of formed a union, so we can't do that just yet. They sort of formed a union.
So. Union?
Yeah, they got the
graphics. How you gonna come on, man? How you gonna let the graphics department form a union?
Hey, it wasn't. You know, I just. They came in and said they got a union for it, and there's, you know,
we're so pathetic we couldn't even get rid of the graphics department.
Yes, sir.
I know, right?
Attitude reflects leadership.
Listen, Cal. The graphics department messed this up, man.
They didn't mess their part up.
I'm not.
No, you really are at the bottom. Really you're right. You're at the bottom.
I'm really not at the bottom, Cal. I'm really at the top of that. When we get the graphics department together, you'll see.
Here comes Doc.
Hey, we got Doc in here, so we are going to actually put that away right now. We're going to welcome in Doc. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm hanging in there.
I see, Doc. Well, thank you for doing this with us. So since we got you for 10 minutes and we already got the results of the Giants, let's look at San Fran. Okay, let's turn to Saturday. All right. We got these Bosa boys coming. We got the Bosa brother coming in, right? And this defense is good on all 3 levels. Without the way our offensive line is playing, does any quarterback stand a chance versus this great defense that San Fran has put out on the field?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the same team that went up to Philadelphia and dethroned them, and they got great. They played Dallas. They didn't get run completely out of the building. It just depends on having a scheme that fits them. You can't leave your tackles on islands without help from tight ends, and you can't leave a tight end on a premier pass rusher. You know, nobody does that. So that's up to them. You also got to move your pocket. Your quarterback's got to make plays. Thibodeau played like a possessed animal.
Yeah.
He played like he wanted to go to the Pro Bowl. Our guys were talking about the Pro Bowl balloting the week before. He ain't opened his mouth. He put his game on tape. And his hustle, he was the single most impressive player on the field, he and B-Rob, to me. And then if you look at Dotson, another one, Terry, we had guys that competed. We didn't compete as a unit. They gutted us right up the middle. When it mattered most, they had the 90-plus yard drive right down our throat at home, and, hey, checkmate. So they went for it on 4th down and 9. In your house.
They wanted it.
And they played the Eagles 6-7 days early while you were lounging.
Yeah. So
straight up, they gangstered. I ain't mad at them at all. And ain't no excuses. They flat out came in and invaded you. Now, can we do that same thing? Can we be that kind of thug? Can we go out to Frisco? Because we got to do to Frisco what New York did to us.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. Ain't a whole hell of a lot else to say.
Well, I got another question. Then we're going to send it around the room. We're going to say it, Aunt Lady A, so we can let you get out of here and get better, Doc. Okay. Christian McCaffrey, since he's been out on that West Coast out there, is running like a man possessed. He's been hurt over the last couple of years. But my real question for you is Jack Purdy. Shanahan has this man playing like he was a number 1 draft pick, right? And it was said that Brian Greasy really liked him. So my question to you is, what do we need to do to get him off of his game, and then that way we can focus on Christian McCaffrey?
Well, see, to me, every week it's the same thing. He ain't no better than Danny Dimes, and Danny Dimes ain't no better than him every week. I don't treat this like, oh my God, look what we got. It's every week. It's the NFL. Right. So I ain't shocked by none of them. You expect to play elite athletes. Trent Williams is older. He's elite. Their defense, they got elite people. Yeah, well, so do we. The question is, will we get our players to play up to their potential? Or are we going to have to make excuses because the guy can't make a throw, or he won't run on a read option when it's there and he won't do it, or we throw the ball up for grab? We make too many excuses.
Yeah.
So I want to find out, is this rookie quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant, if he can make a team and play, and we got a 5th-year stud from North Carolina who ate the ACC up as a freshman, and you scared to put him in the game, I don't understand none of this. All this is foreign to me. Sound like a lot of people making excuses. I ain't got no excuses. You pay $28 million for a man, and you scared to play him? And you in here like you running some kind of Division II promotion where you got a guy who's, look, too much promoting. Put the best people on the field. If they can't play, get rid of him. If he's your number 2 at $28 million, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Say it.
Okay, Doc. Excuse me. So there were periods of time where the defensive line, we seem to believe that it's a key to this defense playing well. How do you think them sliding Chase Young back in was going to affect the defensive line?
Chase Young is not playing.
Oh, he's still not playing? I didn't know that.
Chase Young has not played all year. They had him in the program. That's promoting.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea he's still
Williams,
no.
And Casey Toohill, those are your starters. They've been playing their tail off.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, that's
realize.
We're promoted because they promote it. You've been on the cheese. They got him in the program every week. Man ain't played yet. Let that man heal.
Yeah, hey, they got me, Doc. They got me, Doc. Because the way it made it sound the other day was that he was going to play this week.
Because they're in the promotion business. I'm trying to get them in the winning game business.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the promotions.
Okay.
Win the game, and then we can promote that to hell and back.
That's the best promotion.
I'm giving Smith Williams his respect. They put Chase in the program every week. That's disrespectful to Smith Williams, to me. But that's just me. I don't know nothing other than winning. I don't know all this other stuff. I got to catch up, learn this.
Yeah, and
Doc, what do you see as the biggest cause for concern moving forward for the team by and large? Would it be Heineke being able to continue to rise above, like even stuff like the strip fumble at the end of the game or things like that? Is it the offensive line? What do you see?
Well, it's everybody. The whole combination. The whole other than Brian Robinson, he can't make himself get the ball, so they're subject to the play callers. The guy I saw looked like Christian Okoye. I was like, oh, my God. After the first 2 carries, I was screaming at the stadium. I said, it's going to be a wrap. And then they pulled the rug from under. So, but I don't coach. I'm not a GM. I don't get involved in none of that. They're the ones getting paid. Do your job. Do your job. If you think that's the best you can do, you're in trouble. Because that performance was unacceptable. And you didn't win. So it's point blank to me. You guys can handle all the other drama. I'm too old for that. They trying to make this seem like it's really complicated. They've been winning every week. I don't care. If we win on the last play of the game, I'll take it as long as we win. But when we don't win, then I got a bad attitude because I think we're leaving points on the field. We got people open. They can't hit. Then when they there, he don't get time. Then he got read option, and the guy crashes down, and you give it to the back. Just play your game. The guy can play. He can play. Then play. But you got to explain to me how you give a guy $28 million, and then he's healthy and you don't play him. I don't understand that. This ain't no competition. One's the starter, one's the backup, one's the third guy. So how can a man be healthy and not play? I'm confused by that.
Right.
So you telling me that this two guys better than one, then get rid of him then and put the kid from Carolina up to 2 or play him. Do something. This confuses the heck out of me. I don't get it.
Can I ask one more question?
Go for it.
Do you buy anything into the notion, because like I was making reference to earlier before you hopped on, it's about it being a familiar NFC's opponent. I understand that they definitely get paid to play, and go out there and win. But do you, just playing them a couple weeks ago, it was seeming like the momentum of the Commanders was going to put them in position to, execute and get a win. Do you, buy into that narrative of it's the second time around, could have made it for a tougher matchup for them?
I don't buy none of that. None. Because you won, you're tied. You didn't beat them in New York.
Right.
B-Rob ran out of bounds. It should have been 14-0 before you could blink. But it wasn't. We had to settle for field goal. They punk us in the red zone. They forced us to settle. Then Heineken made some plays. We got ballers. We got playmakers. We're too inconsistent, and we're not on the same page. So you tell me, if your strength is your D-line, then I'm confused. Because I saw him go 92 right down the gut. I said, he looked like Randall Cunningham. He looks like Randall Cunningham and Mike Vick when he play you. But he didn't like that against the Eagles. So you tell me what you see. This is what I see. I see a bunch of lip service, a lot of excuses. And all I'm saying is that just play. Zip the lip, play ball. Go after it, because they got the talent to beat anybody. And I expect them to win Saturday in San Francisco.
Lady A.
Doc, you actually touched on a couple of my questions already. I agree with you with Brian Robinson. I feel they did not utilize him correctly. So I'm right there with you on that. Antonio started. I mean, he was in more snaps than Brian Robinson, so that was a problem.
I love it. I ain't mad at A. Look, I ain't mad at A-Rob. Look, I'm not mad at any of them. In my opinion, they don't have a feel for the game. They predetermine what they want to do.
Right.
And they cram that in. Square peg, round hole thing. Same old thing. Instead of feeling it. Hey, my belly's hot. It'd be like the Bulls, MJ lighting it up, and then Phil said, I don't know. I really want to think that. Dude, the dude is about to give you 50.
Right.
Let him alone. Let him go. Set picks and let him do his thing. Kobe's on a roll. When you got a baller and he get to doing this, I never seen nothing like it. Christian Okoye is who I mentioned. He was carrying people for 5 yards. Am I the only person in the stadium that saw this freak?
No.
Coming of age? And then next thing you know, he's out. So that's cool. I'm not a coach. I'm just an observer. And what I saw, and that made me sick.
Right.
And yet all that said and done, and they got a shot to win. If the kid cut in and go on the goal line, they go. If we get my boy Scary, if he lines up, in my world, he'd have never been on the field because we'd have been in jumbo. I don't need no wide receivers on the 2-yard line. See, they can sit over there and start putting tape in their wrists and fingers and all that stuff because I'm going big boys.
Yeah.
And we're going to rumble. We're on the 1 and 2-yard line. I don't need no wide receiver.
Right. Well, another question for the other side of the ball. I mean, it was no secret that our defense did not look the same as they did the last game against the Giants. Coming from your standpoint as a former player, what would you say to that defense? Because I don't know what happened. They just fell apart.
Thibodeau happened.
Oh.
That's what this league's about. It's about a guy who wants to be great. He's playing in the same field, in the same uniform that the greatest ever played. He was on national TV, his biggest audience. He'd been crushed against the Eagles and tied against us just 2 weeks ago. He said, I'm going to show up, and I'm going to be the best player on the field. And many believe his hustle, if you want to teach your kids how to play the game, show them what he did. Mm-hmm. Hustle. He out-effort people. He played hungry. Mm-hmm. And to me, there's no better tribute to the game when you lay your guts on the line. See, he ain't the only guy that was drafted in the first round that was in that game.
Yep.
But he's the only one that played like he was a free agent, undrafted. Right. That's what he played. I give him this. I ain't mad at it. Nothing but heart. And they brought the tackle. Everybody who plays somebody possessed needs help. So you scheme him help. Mm-hmm. If you leave a guy on the island, you suffer the consequences.
Right.
Real quick, Doc, before you're ready to leave, we're going to transition to something else. The college playoffs, Michigan, TCU, Georgia, Ohio State. What do you like?
Oh, I like the Bulldogs. I like the Bulldogs to win it all. But I think that the scariest notion out there is them Horned Frogs. Because unlike Cincinnati a year ago, they got a chance to see it and go, okay. Mm-hmm. And what you want to be, that underdog in a competition environment that plays a high level of football. In Texas, football for Texans is like basketball for New Yorkers. It's a different attitude. Ain't nobody scared at TCU. And Michigan's playing a young quarterback who has found his way now. Love what he can be. What they did to the Buckeyes, totally beat down. Now we got to see, can he now do that on this stage outside of the Big Ten? See, there's a familiarity with the Big Ten, like the SEC. If he was playing somebody in the Big Ten, I'd have no problem. Michigan didn't run over. This is you outside the zone a little bit different. Whereas that's the game I'm concerned. I expect Michigan to win, but in the Final Four, there should be no prohibitive favorites to me. If you get into the Final Four, there should be no prohibitive favorites, and nobody's had a end-to-end season of perfection. Georgia's offense is better than most expected. Their quarterback's better than it was last year. Yeah, they lost 100 pros, and they reloaded with some dogs. Now, these guys want to make a mark. And when you're defending national champions, you can't go back on campus and have failed. So they got brothers they played with. They're going to be on that sideline. They got the biggest pressure of all because all them national championship Bulldogs will be on the sideline with their rings on. Ain't no pressure like that pressure. Yeah. And I think that the Dogs are going to go out and but the Buckeyes, this ain't nothing new to them. And the last time they was in the 4th spot, they won it all. They won it all. Because they got so many dogs in their program, and they were humiliated. They're embarrassed. So you're going to get a shot at them. I don't think it's going to be enough. Because that kid Carter, see, when you got the best player in the entire tournament on your team, you should win.
They got him ranked as the number one player on all the boards, Doc.
Yeah, and I don't care about their boards. Just what I see.
This big guy is amazing.
I love Godzilla. I was in love with him. I said it all here for Washington. I would have drafted him. I'd have done anything to get him on my team. Yeah. But they don't think like I think. But this dude, it's between Ndamukong Suh at Nebraska. Then Ndamukong Suh was picking people up and throwing them around like King Kong when he was at Nebraska. This big freak, and he's not alone. You just don't know him yet.
Right.
So the way they reloaded and the pressure of being at Georgia, when you are defending champions and you're defending something, it's a pressure unlike anything I can explain. And because them guys they just played with will be on the sidelines with them, I don't know how anybody can beat them. But we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. Doc.
That's just my take.
We appreciate you giving us this time, Doc.
And Lady A.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you guys are wealthy. You wake up at 11. You got these night shows. I'm blue collar, man. I'm up in the dark. I get up in the dark. I done finished my work day before y'all have your brunch.
No, that's Lady A. Lady A. She's running the budget here, so you got to play.
Hey man, all this nice stuff. Yeah. Well, anyway,
look,
we'll talk around Super Bowl time then. Okay. All right, good deal.
Lady A is rocking a pink First String Podcast hat right now.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I'll be honest with you. She's the only reason I'm on here right now.
Oh, but thank you, Doc.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Because if you'd have told me that Lady A wasn't going to be on today, I'd have been a no-show.
Thank you.
You see what I mean? Dynamically made, baby.
Smooth talking and slow walking.
Dynamically made.
There you go. There you go. There you go, Doc.
Might well give a whistle for that one.
Hey, man, I'm telling you what. Get ready for it. When you're dynamically made, man, it's something to say. You'll hear more about it.
I got you, Doc.
Nothing love for you. All right.
All right, Doc. Thanks a lot.
I'm out. God bless you.
For those of y'all that don't know,
Doc.
that was Doc Walker. You can catch Doc Walker on the Team 980 on the Burgundy and Gold. Don't forget, he's also the Doc Walker podcast, which is on Patreon. All right. So you got to pay to listen to Doc. That's our guy. First off, listen up. Hold on. I got something for y'all right here. We got a couple of fellas in the audience from New Orleans. I got to send a shout out to my man Q right here. My man's from Louisiana. He said, I'm going to check you out. And there he is. He right there doing the thing. I appreciate you, Q, for coming in. And my guy Rick is in here too. Both of these guys, New Orleans. We'll see Rick a little later, or maybe we'll get Q come on to talk to us about a little bit of those New Orleans Saints. We'll put that together for you. Talk that Atlanta Falcons talk. And we'll let one of the brothers get at you from New Orleans, okay? The funny thing about that is everybody in the NFC South has a shot at making the playoffs. It's crazy. We was about to get into our picks, right?
Oh, said you muted.
Say it's muted.
My bad. So, you got a shot at winning the division, not making the playoffs.
That's what I said.
Well, you
said making the playoffs.
The playoffs. My bad.
Shot at winning the division.
If you win the division,
you're in the playoffs.
What he said was everyone has a shot to get into the playoffs. No.
Well, yeah. In a sense, if you have a shot at winning the division,
it's gonna be one team gonna make it for the NFC South.
Right.
But everybody still got a shot at it. That's in the South.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. All right. Let's get into this pick, man. Let's get into this pick real fast. It's our Thursday game here. It's our Thursday night game, which I'm gonna let y'all know right now. All our lines are brought to you by BetRivers. And right now, that line has changed. Okay. This game opened at -1 for the Jets. Right now, there is no spread.
Whoa.
There is no spread. So I'm gonna give you see the graphic. The graphics department didn't mess up, but I'm gonna give you the actual line right now because things always change. All right. So the actual line is the spread is -110 for the Jags. Their win line is -110. For the Jets, it's -110. Their win line is -110. The over-under set at 38. 108 for the over. 113 for the under. -113 for the under. Pitt goes first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why I go first? Because I'm really on top of this whole thing. That's why I really go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Listen.
Yeah.
What the Jags did on Sunday, to a much talent. Well, I mean, the Cowboys are talented, and the Jets are like a headless horseman right now as far as offense goes. If Trevor Lawrence comes out playing Trevor Lawrence football to his highest level, the Jags should run away with this, right? But Robert Saleh and that defense, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. So I'm just going to go Jacksonville money line. They're probably going to let me down.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Definitely the Jets probably have the better defense, but on offense and at quarterback, the Jaguars have the edge for sure. And this is at the Jets.
Yeah, it's in New York.
Yep, it's in New York. which means nothing to the Jaguars because in 2 weeks they've beaten the Tennessee Titans and the Dallas Cowboys.
But
And
the
they have
weather
a shot.
might mean something.
But this game is outdoors. You know, the Jets,
that weather
they
might mean
they
something.
don't have a dome out there. It's outdoors.
And it's cold.
Yeah, I think the Jets, well, not the Jets. I think the Jags come down to earth. I think they blew their wad, so to speak.
Whoa.
And I believe that
there will be
the
sauce
Jets,
everywhere.
Oh wait, I ain't even. Anyway, give me the Jets on the money line. Maybe the Jets find a way to take this game and.
So they're gonna blow their wad. It's gonna be sauce everywhere. That's what you saying.
Finish it. Maybe they find a way to finish strong.
Come on.
What? I'm being serious.
Wow.
Do they have a dismount? So I need to know.
What?
Lady A.
Right, because you acting up. You acting up. You need to go into the corner already today. So yeah, right there. So I will say this. It's supposed to be, we're supposed to get some bad weather in the East Coast. I think here is just going to rain, but they may get snow.
I can tell you what they're getting here. Give me a second. I'll give you their weather report real fast.
He said,
the Jag is a reptile.
Lord, no.
Oh,
what is wrong with you?
That's a cat.
Metaphor.
Cat right there.
Metaphor is drunk. He's drunk texting.
This is cold blooded.
49, 83%
you want to look at
chance
that
of humidity.
logo right there?
Okay.
16 mile an hour winds. 95% chance.
No precipitation?
Precipitation, yeah. 83% chance of humidity and a 95% chance of precipitation.
Oh,
so
yes,
it's going to either snow or rain.
I know it's called rain. It's rain. It's too hot to snow.
So it's going to be cold rain, though. That's not fun.
It's going to snow.
That's why when, no offense said, when we played the Falcons, it was cold rain. The Falcons ain't used to that. So...
Look at it. You're not gonna be out here coming for me out here on the show.
I'm not coming for you, Seth. I'm serious. I was just being real. They've not used to that. I don't know how to
take that on, lady.
Let's get these picks. I got to touch on somewhere. I call cap on what Doc said.
Let's go.
So
what you got?
I still want to go. I still want to go Jags money line. I would
then
take
do it. Let's go.
But I'm gonna just go ahead and take Jags money line.
Jags money line. Got it.
Yeah, excuse me.
Lions are playing great.
This game is a toss up, man.
Yeah.
There's not much you can say. Zach Wilson had his first game back in a while. He played decently. He had a couple turnovers. Trevor Lawrence is trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
They look good actually going down the stretch. Especially when they made that, they got into the hurry up. But the Jets are playing outdoors, man. You know what? Give me the Jets money line.
Jets money line. So we're split down the middle 50-50
Oh,
here.
Lord, I might need to change mine.
Wait a minute. You just going to leave me over here by myself? I got you. I got you. I see what you're thinking. I see how you're doing this. Go ahead. Go ahead over there. Go ahead over there.
Man,
go ahead.
She shoots shots.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, look. This is the type of shade. This is the type of shade. That's the type of shade she just put out there.
Look,
hey,
but I said I was like, I want to go Jags money line, but part of me is like that weather is going to be a factor.
Okay, well, go ahead and switch your pick so I can get my Wilson and y'all can get an L and I get the W.
Okay.
Boy, that ain't worked for you all season.
I'm going to switch my pick.
You switching your pick like that?
Yep, I am. Jets
now turn to do your little weak. Turn to do your little weak Wilson.
Oh.
First of all, it's a robot.
You got the worst Wilson out the group. Come on, turn.
It is a robot, actually.
Turn.
What?
Terrible.
Wilson!
Terrible.
What?
Did you stop my Wilson? You know what?
It's 4 seconds long, and it was terrible. So all right, thank you. I mean, whatever. So this is what I don't understand. I don't understand how Doc can say when it comes to the Big Ten and the familiarity of the conference that it actually would play a part in if they were playing another team from that division that he would say he wouldn't worry about it. He would pick them going away. But the fact that it's a new opponent, that's what gives them cause to pause, considering also what TCU, all what they have in their makeup of football. So how doesn't it apply to you playing somebody from your division? You're going to play these teams a total of 8 times in a year, but he's saying he's not buying that.
Well, I can help you answer that one.
I know my answer. Not to say it.
What he's saying is Michigan with the familiarity with the Big Ten, and the teams they a lot of those teams play each other within the last 2 or 3 years. They play each one of them, but the fact is, just like last year when they went outside the Big Ten, when they played Georgia, different monster, different aspect, different team makeup. You see what I'm saying? So when you got a different team makeup, like for example, we run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like to be physical. We'll throw the ball, but we're gonna be physical at first. We want to dominate. We want to push you around. Yada yada yada. They want to offensively push you around, but they want to throw the ball and then run the ball late. That's SEC ball. We did it all day. You're not gonna be able to do that on us. But when you play an opposite team like TCU, they do similar stuff as an SEC team with the addition of the way they throw the ball, they add on to it. So it's giving him pause because you see what Michigan happened with Michigan last year and this year. That's why it's giving a lot of people pause.
Well, the reason why is because, don't forget, Jim Harbaugh was about to get run out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Right? In the last 2 years, he has been whooping everybody in the Big Ten. So that's basically what he's saying is, hey, in the Big Ten, Michigan can't be touched. They are handing out ass whoopings, right? And if they were playing Ohio State again, he would have no pause in picking Michigan. Ryan Day, because they
got Ohio State number. They
got Ohio
State
last
2 years.
So the last 2 years they have embarrassed Ohio State.
Well, no.
Lady A,
Come on.
Do you hear?
I think there's a difference.
No.
Yes, it is. It's familiarity. You have their number because you know them. You're familiar with them. That's what I'm saying about the NFC East. You play these guys every year, twice a year.
No, but listen, when it comes to college, conferences there's a bigger gap in between the different conferences in college versus in the NFL. You're expected to all be on the same level.
That doesn't mean that's the case.
It doesn't mean that it is, but like, okay, so for instance, this particular season, the NFC East is no longer the NFC least. You know what I mean? We're gonna have tough games against each other this season, but
against the whole NFL apparently.
Right. Well, this particular season, we're really tough to beat in general.
Right.
So at the same time, when everyone is pretty much getting to the same pool. You have to remember the NFL is supposed to be the top 1% of athletes, right? So everyone is closer in talent than in college. You're getting people from everywhere. So each division, because you got to remember how they recruit. Their recruiting is a little different. Yeah, versus having your own pick, literally. Because that's what the draft is. You're literally you have your own pick. So there is a difference between conferences and college. There's a bigger gap. Like we talked about before when we were talking about SWAC. That's the HBCU conference. Jackson State was 11-0.
Top dog.
When we were talking about them, but you take Jackson State to play Georgia, Jackson State ain't gonna look like an 11-0 team. That's real. So
you don't even have to leave. You don't even have to leave it. They lost to NC State or what's that? North Carolina, whatever their name is.
That was different. That was all emotion.
They lost in the same bowl game last year. Different team. But that's I mean, she makes a great point. That's basically what he's saying. Outside of the Big Ten, inside the Big Ten, they've been dominating. Outside of the Big Ten, question: what was the game outside of the Big Ten? They had to come back in the second half and win last year. I mean, this year, a team they should have. See, that's a good question. Now you make me do a little research.
It's more like grade levels in school. You know, you got your 9th graders playing against each other. You got your 10th graders playing against each other. You know, that's how the conferences are in college. It's just a different level. And if you try to go up a level and play, you know, a different caliber of athletes or different caliber of team, it's going to be a big difference. It's going to be a big change.
Yeah.
And
like
so that's really what it is.
Put it this way. If Deion took his whole Jackson State team to Colorado, they still will only probably win one game out in the new.
Well, that's what he's trying to do.
Well, no, he's going to add some talent to that.
Took 10 guys.
No, 13. 13.
That still ain't half the roster.
He's going to have to supplement that.
Well,
I don't know why y'all hate that dude so much.
Hold on.
Weird.
I was joking when I said that.
Y'all throw shade at Deion too much. It's
first
a whole
off,
lot of
don't
shade.
Don't say y'all.
No, he's talking about me, but
no, it ain't just him.
Was going to happen.
It ain't just Lady A though.
What I said was going to happen, y'all got that? Okay. What I said was going to happen is happening. I'm not saying that it's to the extreme.
No, don't go to the website.
Huh?
Come on, man.
What you talking about? But what I was saying was going to happen.
Stay on the rails here.
So when I said he's taking his whole team, I mean, that was an exaggeration, more like a joke. But, you know, those, you know, we can use Deion and what he's doing. Those guys that he's bringing from Jackson State, when they come over to Colorado, they're not going to be able to perform and have the same numbers that they did at Jackson.
Well, it depends on now the players that they've also put around those players too.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's definitely possible, but to a large degree, yeah, I agree with you. Is they're not going to be able to dominate in that fashion,
right?
Unless they're able to elevate their game to a whole nother level. So this is my question, right? So if you look at the SEC, by and large, you have the Alabamas, you'll have the Georgias, right? A few years it might be LSU, from some years ago or sporadically, or even going back to Cam Newton with the Auburn year. They're gonna have that, but by and large, there may be one team who may dominate for a little while. Now the worst team in the SEC will go to a bowl game, will go play against one of the mid to top tier teams and beat them up. But within the SEC, it's fair game. Is that a correct assumption? Like, by and large, you might have a team that's like we were talking about Auburn early in the year or somebody like that, and you're like, this is just simply a bad team. Doesn't matter where they play at, they're not that good. But if you look at the Mississippis or teams like that, they're going to give the Alabamas of the world, the Georgias of the world, one of the best fights that they can have, even though they're not one of the upper echelon teams. Mm-hmm. The reason that it's like that is because they're in the SEC. They draft the same pool of guys. They have a certain approach to football, in their conference. So when they play against each other, it's the best matchups. And when they play against other teams, they dang near dominate them for the most part. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's no different when you talk about the NFC East in this regard. We're going to play each other way tougher. By and large, Washington was the team that beat Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, other guys played them tough, but Washington went in there and did what they needed to do. That's all I'm saying is it sounds like it's the same dynamic to me. This isn't a surprise.
It's not the same dynamic because I'm going to tell you why it's not the same dynamic. Because like what Doc was really trying to say is TCU is the wild card in this year's playoff scenario. Like, everybody knows Georgia's going to do what Georgia does. Ohio State is talented, but are they tough enough to play Georgia? No, I mean, are they tough enough to compete with Georgia? Don't nobody think so because they're a finesse team, hit you over the top with big splash plays type team. TCU I mean, we talked about TCU damn near every week that they played here, right?
Yeah, we did.
They would get down 14 and come back and beat you by 14, right? Their quarterback, even in their championship game, they lost, but their quarterback had a will like, I'm going to get us back into this game. And that is not measurable. And then you got to think, Michigan's best player, their running back, is bolting to the NFL. He just had a knee surgery, right? And their young quarterback hasn't been on a stage this big. Plus, TCU's defense is real. That defense is real. And what did we used to say about the Big 12? About the Big 12. We used to say everybody puts up 50 in the Big 12, right? I mean, say it's muted right now, but
God, y'all are killing me with this. Okay, prime example.
Right.
Who did TCU lose to?
TCU lost to Kansas the second time they played them.
This is a team that they are familiar with.
Well, how many times?
Okay, how about the LSU? How about the year that LSU beat Alabama? They didn't want to play them again. Why? Not just because they're talented, because they know them. That was always going to be the best matchup.
But
because they're going to play against each other, and that's going to be the best competition.
I'm saying it's not going to happen this year. I'm saying it's not going to happen this year, and probably when I say that, it probably will happen. But it's not going to happen this year because Ohio State's not getting past Georgia. So even if Michigan does beat TCU, they're not facing Ohio State in a championship.
Oh yeah, but we're not talking about.
He's talking about the when you're playing someone that you're familiar with.
I get that,
right?
Point.
You're going to step it up, but I don't feel like in college it's not always based off of your division. It's just familiarity. I can't even get that out. But I feel like when you're familiar with a team, like let's say you have an SEC team that's very familiar with a Big Ten school, that you're going to step it up because you're familiar with that team, So I don't really feel like it's always
right,
a division or a conference type of thing, But in the NFL, we have division rivals, that's just, it's like I said, it's a smaller group. They're more talented. And yes, it does matter that you play them twice. And then on top of that, I feel like with the NFL, it's just because you're historically competitors. I feel like the history between the two teams, like there are certain teams within college that historically you are a rival team. So you're going to bring it up. And I feel like in the NFL, the majority of the time, that history is in the division,
Whereas it should be, or if it's not in the division, let's just say this.
Yeah, metaphor. I was thinking Army Navy too.
Look, I was thinking Notre Dame, Stanford, or Notre Dame, USC.
No, I was definitely thinking Army Navy. Like that is a big rivalry historically.
Hey, hold on. How about this one? How about San Fran and the Cowboys? Because Because remember, listen, it was one of those times where these two teams was always playing in the conference championship. They would play once during the season, then they would play in the championship, and sometimes it may go the opposite way. Or if the team was really, really good, they would, they would be back at it again, and San Fran would beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys, and the deciding factor was which team was prime on. So speaking of great NFC matchups from the past, let's bring it back to Washington San Fran this Saturday. All right. So we just saw Washington get run on a little bit, right? With Saquon Barkley. Well, I mean, I would like to say a little bit, but it felt like more than that, right? One of our things that our defense was hanging its hat on, and Washington's defense was hanging its hat on, was that you were not able to run on them. Well, here comes San Fran and Kyle Shanahan with his run first offense, that stretch thing, the stretch running game, the stretch zone running game, and Kyle can scheme some things open, right? We got Christian McCaffrey coming in here as well. There's no Debo. There's going to be no Debo.
Which is a good thing for us.
But even last on Thursday, everyone knew, hey, so the tight end, I think Sid called it. you said Kittle is about to have a monster game.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think that the defense knew that Kittle is going to have a monster game. And my man pops out, and you don't do anything to slow him down. This is playoff football. This is time to bring out your big pads, your practice hard, play hard, whatever you need to do. I want to know, what does Washington need to do to win this game? Like, hey, shut Purdy down, shut the run game down. What do you guys think right now they need to do as far as the defense goes? Who needs to be taken away? That's what I want to know. Who needs to be taken away for Washington to come out with the dub versus San Fran?
Well, I think. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's the defensive line. The defensive line has to be able to apply pressure to Purdy, whatever his name is, Purdy, and make him get the ball up early. Make him toss some little quick screens out there, because that's in part of the game where San Francisco struggled. They pressed him up the middle, made him drop those balls off quick. Some were underthrown, some almost were picked. So that's what's got to happen. The defensive line has to be the first line of defense, first line of pressure to throw them off their game. Because if you're gonna allow that guy to sit in there and throw the ball, and then they start running the ball, that game is over. Because that's what's based off of zone read, and then play action pass off the zone read. So it's got to be defensive line first.
Defensive line first. Ant.
Look, like you were saying earlier, this defense is elite on all three levels. I ain't gonna say just elite on all three levels, but they're solid on all three levels. I'll say it that way. So, metaphor, they're gonna have to get to the end zone, the red zone, to get in the end zone, and this defense is stingy. I'm talking about over the last 6 games, only gave up like 17 points, in the second half. Good.
That's right around what we. That's right around what we average, 17 points.
And that's not good. You're gonna have to get some turnovers. This is the thing. They already have built into that offense for Purdy to get rid of the ball quick, because they don't want him to be this traditional guy. He's Mr. Irrelevant, so he can't be that amazing, at passing the ball, but he fits well within the scheme that Shanahan puts. You're gonna have to dictate the line of scrimmage and stop the run, because if you can't stop the run, then none of this stuff really matters. Because then if you guys get down 10 points, so singing and flower bringing, because you're not going to be able to. They can pin their ears back at that point, And this team, I like the trash defense that we have. They're going to actually get after their quarterback consistently. Bosa's is the defensive player of the year. So control the line of scrimmage, stop the run, and try to get a few turnovers. I think that's the best recipe for success.
All right, Lady A.
So, yeah, they need to stop being punks. Plain and simple. Yeah, that's what I said. They need to stop being punks and play ball, because what we've seen, we have this team that's literally capable of beating every other team in the NFL, but they're scared to do so. That's what I'm seeing. You have the talent, you have the capability. When they played the Eagles, they weren't scared. All of a sudden, they're scared. You're scared on both sides of the ball. So stop being punks. So if I feel like I need to run on the field, which I didn't do, I'm gonna keep saying that.
You did.
I did not run. That was not me. That was a young gentleman who's a little lighter than me. Okay. It was not me. Okay. And I would not have gotten tackled like that.
We didn't see the tackle. I mean, how did he get tackled? I mean, did somebody?
I would not have gotten tackled like that.
Did his feet come up?
He should have just dropped to the ground when he saw all those people coming at him. Why you let them tackle you like that, bro?
But that's a question. What team in the NFL is just devoid of talent?
What team in the NFL is devoid of talent?
There are some. Here's the thing: when it comes to talent in the NFL, you have some teams that everybody's talented. I'm not trying to say nobody has talent.
Houston has so many needs.
They may have needs, but they have talent.
Half the guys that are good on their team haven't played, and their star running back, who is very talented, is on IR.
So are you asking that because of what I said, Ant? Because
I'm saying no, not just because of what you said. It was also because of what Doc said. Because I think that we look at the hope of what teams can do a lot of the times based off of how talented they are. Mm-hmm. And by and large, yeah, there are some teams that are maybe less deficient of talent, but they all have talent. That's why maybe Houston, even though all these guys are out, played Kansas City tough. You know, why they played us tough.
But
stuff like that.
It's not always talent. That's why I said they need to stop being punks. And when I say stop being punks, I'm talking about everybody, specifically the coaching. They were the main ones all of a sudden. And this, we've had the same conversation the last few games. Why did they get conservative when it comes to things? When I hear that, they're being punks. That's what that is. You know, like you're for some reason you're afraid. And like, for instance, I sent you guys this in the text. I said, you know, why are we punting the ball on the 40-yard line? I asked that question. We punted the ball from the 40-yard line.
I told you why.
No. Look at Antonio's comment. That's what it is. So it's not them being punks. I'm sorry. Let me just say this.
I said the coaching staff. In that situation, the coaching staff
is
afraid.
It's not because of, okay, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. I literally sat and I thought about this, right? I thought about this a lot. Joey Slide, whenever we send that man out on the field and it's to take a lead.
Right, metaphor, right, 34. To
take a lead, he blows it. If it's to put points on the board first, he blows it.
Every time.
Hey, they don't trust the kicker. If you don't trust the kicker, you know what you need to do?
Get rid of him.
You got to cut him. We should have had people there auditioning for his job this weekend or this week. Today.
No. That should have already happened.
Though. It's not that simple.
First of all, they should have been looking for a kicker.
It's not that simple, Pick.
I understand.
You think it's guys out there that's really just better?
Do you think that they don't have people coming in every Tuesday?
Oh, no. And our kicker is
off every Tuesday. They have people coming in every Tuesday. Man, I tell you what.
They should have been looking for a kicker at the beginning of the season. I don't understand this.
I'm telling you, it's one of those things right now. You are either drafting a kicker or you're calling a kicker is coming in, a free agent that didn't get drafted by somebody else. But the best kicker in college, he's probably going to be wearing a Commander's jersey next year.
I don't know if they're going to get it because they're not acting as if they have football intelligence. That's probably the best way I can clean up what's going through my mind.
And it may not be an act at that point.
Hey, Drew said the worst team to answer your question has to be the Colts. And I don't think the Colts are that bad, man.
The Colts that you talking about, the same Colts who only thing that they did was switch out quarterbacks and got rid of their coach that was in prime position to make the playoffs? That's not true.
Hey.
That's just simply not true.
That's just bad. John is correcting me here. Antonio, I know he's 25. He's 22 and 25 this year. But how many extra points has he blown? I mean, talking regular extra points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not even talking about field goals that he's missed. We're talking regular extra points here.
Right.
I mean, we have losses on our record that we shouldn't have because our kicker blew the game for us. Come on now.
Scott
Turner should be the first person.
Metaphor, were you at the game? Because I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't that windy.
Meta's in Jersey.
Yeah, but Scott Turner should be the first person fired.
He said Sly is good. He's fine. No, come on, man.
Agree.
Come on, man.
Scott Turner should be the first person fired.
Yeah, he should be.
Y'all get I've watched too many games where he's not even able to adjust to the best style of the quarterback. And that's a problem, number one. And then when it gets tight, both times, he gets super conservative with the play calling. That's not going to be conducive to the success of y'all's organization, period.
Well, it would have been really easy to hand the ball off to number 8, who was averaging a whopping 7 yards a carry.
That's what I'm saying.
A whopping 7 yards a carry. That's why Doc is saying his first 2 carries, when he's carrying people for 5 yards, if you have a feel for the game, you say, scrap the rest of you. Where's my play calling sheet? I don't need it. Brian Robinson to the left. Brian Robinson to the right. Brian Robinson up the middle. Oh, he's tired. Antonio Gibson to the left. Antonio Gibson to the right. Antonio Gibson. Brian, get back in here.
Antonio was in more snaps than Brian this particular game, but he had less carries. So that's not where it's at. That's not where it's at.
Okay, hold on. We have a question here. Antonio wants to know do you think that's why Ron is always going for 2 because of Joey? If so, why they bring him from Carolina?
Why are they doing anything?
Because he loves the Panther thing.
Yeah, why are they doing anything, Antonio? Like, it makes no sense.
Like, seriously, why is the kicker also from Carolina? Like, bro, stop acting like it's a rich whale over there. Of all the players you could have went and got,
that was not
him. Listen, hold on.
You chose the guy.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Turner.
I'm gonna tell you something. Kickers are weird, right? They go through slumps. The kicker we faced this week, Gano, was a command, or he was a Redskin, right? And we had him. We had Gano. And remember, we kept saying good wrong, right? We was making jokes about his name. This guy is terrible. He's going to be out of the league. He gets his S together. He's a New York Giant, and he's been kicking them into winning situations since he's left Washington.
But we hear that same story in many different positions.
Well, you know who I'm ready to let go?
There you go. Go ahead. Who? Who you ready to let go? Because I can tell you,
Sanders, that's terrible.
I can tell you that I feel the same. But who are you ready to let go? Is this the gentleman I have been searching for, who is avoiding me because he doesn't want to have a conversation with me?
Yes,
because he is doing the worst.
Him too. Yes.
Oh, I know you're not. You went like this. I'm not talking about him. Because I'm not even worried about him. He is literally the least of our problems right now.
Oh,
hey,
Scott Turner is the problem.
Thank you. Oh, you don't want to give me my credit when I just said it.
Okay. No,
we did
all year.
We gave it to you.
It's almost a little more valid when a non-Commander fan that says it, because
listen.
I'm like, bro, I'm watching that first Giants game late in the game, and I'm like, you guys have the momentum. Like, y'all should drive down the field, and he just had this dude doing bubble screen. Like, bro, that's not finna happen. That's not gonna get you a W, sir.
Ain't worked all game long. He's still trying to put it out there.
Bubble screen to death.
And
it's obvious that you don't believe in your quarterback in that moment. Because when the push come to shove, hold on, last thing, and I'll let you go. Push come to shove, they know that a lot, and Lady A's been saying it all season 2. A lot of what he does, Heineke, is on play breakdowns. It's not in the traditional swing of the offense. It's not a 3 to 5 step drop back and get the ball out. It's play breaks down, boom, you hit, somebody, one of those 3 guys down the field or something like that. That's not, so you're not going to win with that either at quarterback.
Hold on. Now everybody's yelling, fire Scott Turner, right?
Yes, we are.
Everybody stay right there. Just hold your fingers over the keyboard, and you guys can type and yell at me all you want. All right? Say it. Me and you going to have a conversation right now, okay? Kyle, I know you in there. Go ahead and put that score up for me that you always put into the chat. Put that in there. Now, say it. You had Kyle Shanahan as an offensive coordinator, right? You had him as an offensive coordinator. The Kyle Shanahan that you had as an offensive coordinator that lost you a Super Bowl, is that the same Kyle Shanahan that is a head coach for San Fran right now? Do these offenses look the same? Is he doing the same thing that he did when he was the offensive coordinator?
Did they lose the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
It's the same. He's the same guy.
They were up in that game. They were winning. San Francisco was leading that game.
But they were playing Kansas City.
That doesn't matter.
Same outcome.
They still lost. They were leading that game against Kansas City, and they lost.
Do you know who they put the ball? You know whose hands they put the ball in?
Whoa, you said too many balls there.
One too many balls.
Whoa. Do you know the quarterback who had that pigskin when it got late?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
He wasn't supposed to have it. That's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem. And that's why I keep telling people, if he doesn't learn how to run the ball, they're still not gonna win. Because something's not clicking. He's thinking that he's gonna throw for 600 yards to get a Super Bowl or something, and that's just not how it works.
No, what his problem is, he knows he has to run the ball, but he wants to be known as a prolific passing offensive guy. That's what he wants. Because if you notice the game, when Atlanta went to 23, that's what they were doing. Run the ball, play action pass. Run the ball, play action pass.
They the same person, that's why.
And here's the thing. Pick,
I thought he was my guy, but somehow he always jump on me, man. So I don't even know, dog.
But no, Pick, when you ask that question, it's like asking, is a zebra going to change his stripes?
Hey,
no.
Yeah.
No.
You said
listen,
stripes.
Y'all actually think that?
I said stripes.
Y'all actually believe that chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows?
You said what?
No.
You said what now?
Chocolate milk does not come from chocolate cows.
Who said it does, though? I said changing their stripes.
Listen.
Oh, you ain't seen them chocolate milk cows. That's all it is.
Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all.
You said those the brown.
He is not the same person. Like
when it comes down to it, he got the same result.
Oh my God, that wasn't racist, man. I wasn't being racist.
Because I said it was the brown ones.
I wasn't being racist.
The brown cows got the chocolate milk.
That was not racist. Look.
Brown cows got that thing. Go ahead.
I'm just telling y'all, man. As a head coach now, Kyle is putting the balls in the hands of his playmaker.
Right.
And he's riding those playmakers. And when things break down, you see what he does. Now he goes back to his running game to get things back on the road. That's what I'm saying. Whereas when he had that lead, I got you.
Yes, baby girl.
But to answer Antonio real quick, respond. Yes, offensive line is a problem as well. That's definitely been a problem all season.
Metaphor said, does a tiger change the strike? Can I get out the corner? I'm good. Okay.
How bad is Chase's? How bad was that knee injury?
We don't know because they've been lying.
He had two knees. They had to take one thing out of his good knee and put it into his bad knee. So he had surgery on both knees.
Right, yeah, but we don't know where he is because they'll say Chase is good, he's ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'll turn around and say, well, he's not ready just yet. We've been playing this cat and mouse game all this time, so we don't really know where he stands.
And that's why I asked Doctor my question, because I got this whole last week when I was watching the game. They said he'll be ready to play next week. I heard that.
They say that every week.
They've said it the past 5 weeks.
Reporters have stopped asking coaches, is Chase playing this week?
Yeah.
They have stopped asking the question because, hey, Chase is going to be all right. But Chase is not all right. All right. Listen, I like the energy that we have on the show right now. So we're going to turn that energy down. We're going to let Ant get into what he gets into about the Philadelphia Eagles. And that was turn the light out now. About the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
That was actually a very terrible. You know you're better than this. First,
I am better. I am better.
That was terrible. But this is the thing.
This
is the thing. No, it wasn't that. It just was. Anyway, let's move on here, guys.
I just want to turn off the lights. That's what he just told you.
He said
that's
that.
Fine.
Okay. Listen, my bad. And hold on.
Can we move on here?
How about this? How about let me do it this way? Jalen Hurts is in to play this week, so the Cowboys have a chance. Tell us about it, Ant.
Oh.
I see what
Anyway,
you're doing.
No, I just want to let you get all your little, you just lost to a team you tied to 2 weeks ago. It's kind of embarrassing. And we're already in the playoffs, sir. Thanks for losing to a team you tied to 2 weeks ago. So moving on. First of all, I just want to recap the incredibly average performance that we've been giving the past 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so first of all, in the last 72 dropbacks, we've had 1 sack. To a team that was 5-8, we gave up over 500 yards of total offense, 192 on the ground. You were up 27-10, outscored 30-7. And mind you, I picked us to lose this game, but it doesn't take away from the facts. Okay, Dak has 10 picks since he came back from injury. That's the most in the NFL.
Take care of the ball. And he said he was going to take care of the ball.
Yes, said he's going to take care of the ball, and he got 2 more picks. Doesn't matter whose fault it is, because the first one was definitely on you. I'm going to say the second one's on you, and you know why? Because you shouldn't be doing a Noah Brown 3rd and 4 in overtime.
Wait.
Come on, he was open.
Wait,
no,
No.
sir.
If he would have caught that ball. Wait a minute, Pick. He's being paid as an NFL player. It's his responsibility to catch that ball.
That's
his fault. If it hits you in both hands, in the chest, and in face mask, he should have caught that ball.
You're right. Sure. You're right, Sid. But big players make big plays, and they also get paid big to do it.
So that don't mean. Hold
on. CeeDee Lamb had CeeDee's stat line was 7 catches for 126 yards.
Right.
Okay.
But on that play, was he doubled?
You find a way. If it's Randy Moss, if it's Chris Carter, I don't care who it is. If it's Antonio Brown, I don't care. Your number one guy should be the one getting those looks.
Wasn't letting nobody catch a 3rd down pass because the quarterback was going to get punched in the face if he threw it to anybody else.
You're giving me some semantics that don't matter right now, sir. I'm telling you, you find your number one receiver because he's actually playing like a number one receiver.
Well, the defense gets paid to shut the number one receiver down.
I'm getting to that. Michael Parsons talks on a podcast, and the defense can't stop a nosebleed. He has a sack. He has a forced fumble. All this stuff is starting to look real cowboyish. Instead of him raising the team to what we believe that he was going to be as this great player, this savant of a defensive rusher, he's starting to fall down to the mediocrity of what the Cowboys have represented over the last 25 years. I'm tired of people giving me, somebody said he's defensive player of the year. He has 13 sacks. I said, Bosa has 15 and a half. And he's actually missed a game or so. Can we stop it already with this? Stop elevating people before they deserve it.
I'm with you.
I'm still not totally sure. I can't even get to the Philadelphia Eagles game because you're talking about, as Michael Parsons says, is it Jalen Hurts or is it the system? And they just won a game where he sprained his shoulder, his throwing shoulder. They still won the game. Mm-hmm. Pulled away late. What are we talking about here, guys? This is terrible.
The betrayal.
No, I agree. Let me say this. The team reflects its quarterback, who is slightly above average. The reality is this. Good team. No. And this is the thing. We've done very well in Decembers. January is where it matters. Like I said earlier in the year, just like I picked us to lose this game, it's a first round exit for the Cowboys again. So let me. Listen,
I got what you're saying.
Listen, go. Let me say this. I don't want to ever do the people who watch this podcast a disservice of being just a plain homer because I'm called to represent a certain team. We got to be realists at some point. If your team ain't good enough, god dang it ain't good enough. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. So the Cowboys have not displayed anything that makes even talking about this game on Saturday worth it.
Period. I got you. Say this time, bro. Say that's fine. That's fine.
I don't care. Well, Said's team was the first team out of contention on this podcast, so that's why he doesn't care.
Real. Hey, we in rebuild mode. We should have won 5 games. What do you mean?
Hey, it's
everybody talented though. Everybody talented. Everybody get paid to win.
Got a shot at the
2
playoffs.
games.
Said got a shot at the playoffs.
And we was picked to win 2 games,
and he said
they don't won 5 games, which screwed up the draft. instead of picking in the top 5, they're picking in like 13. So they did me no favors.
Wait, hold on, Metaphor. You talking about the same Tampa team that we lost to at the first game of the season? It's Tom Brady. He's never lost to the Cowboys. You know that, right? He's never lost to the Cowboys.
Tampa is
they trash.
No, they are an up and down team. It all depends on Brady's temperament that day.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is.
What it is Cincinnati is simply a better team than them, and they just needed some time to catch up. They were at home. They were riding the energy early. Cooler head's gonna prevail, man. Joe Cool is gonna really come and do what he came to do. That's what it is.
And let's be real, Tom Brady, he could suck all season, but when it comes to the playoffs, he might do some things. You never know.
Why? Well,
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone.
No, I'm just.
I don't know if he
never know.
Well, if he sucks all season, Panthers or somebody gonna catch him. So that ain't gonna.
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying. But I'm like, he's shown that he is prone in key moments. That if the defense does their job, he can keep you in contention. So I'm not buying the Cowboys against nobody right now, except for maybe Minnesota, and we ain't playing Minnesota in the first round. So I don't have. I'm sorry, I don't have much.
No, you good. You good, Ant. You good.
Ant.
Let's go around the NFL real fast. Everyone saw the Kirk Cousins breaks Frank Reich's record, smashes it for the largest comeback in the NFL. What did you guys think? I want to know in the comments too. Tell me what y'all was thinking about that, because I told y'all Saturday, I called said it's like, yo, they up 31 nothing. What is it? I told you they was up 31 nothing. He goes in the third quarter. I said, nah, bro, it ain't even halftime yet.
Right.
33.
What? Yeah, 33.
It was 33.
Said, what? I said, yeah. He's like, oh, I got to turn this on. Right.
So
he said they beating him with poles. Said, let me turn this on. I gotta see the blood.
I gotta get a close.
I want to see the blood. I want to see the blood body? Come out.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, Lady A.
I feel like this happened. No shade, but I feel like it happened because of Mr. Saturday. Okay, I feel like this would not have happened against no other team. It really wouldn't have.
HBCU to Power 5.
Be quiet, because he was a high school. Okay, don't do that.
No, I'm saying this is a real representation of you bit off more than you could chew.
Right, it is. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a bigger jump. This man he was a coach at a high school. That's his only coaching experience, and then you go to the NFL, and so he made. And I sent y'all this. He made history. The first coach to ever be named Saturday to coach a game on a Saturday, and the first coach to lose after being up 33 points.
Yep.
My man, this is not looking good. And everybody who said he shouldn't have got the job is sitting there laughing and pointing at you right now. It's not
why he ain't fired immediately.
But he's not going to be. Look who the owner is and who's in control. That it's not going to.
That's a nice hand.
Whoa, said.
Yep. That's a nice hand.
He's not the permanent coach either. Keep that in mind. And he's not the permanent coach. So, I mean, it just shows that this wasn't a good look. And
they didn't call Dion. They didn't call Dion the coach.
I mean, honestly, Dion technically has more experience. So if he did call Dion the coach, it would have still been a better decision, you know. And that's not shading Dion. I'm just saying, like, in general, that's a better experience. So, you know, they got lucky that they were playing the Colts. That's all.
For those who watched the game, what actually happened? How did this 30-point comeback? What was it like? Because I didn't get to watch none of it, but was it like a bunch of turnovers?
No, a bunch of 3-and-outs.
A bunch of everything.
A bunch of 3-and-outs.
And Minnesota.
They actually got hosed. They actually got hosed. The defense did. They had a pick six. They had a scoop and score. That the referees blew the whistle on. The referees are taught, don't blow the whistle yet. Wait to end the play.
They blew it dead.
They had a scoop and score. Now, what happened was I think the initial 3-and-out by the Colts, they got a great punt return by Minnesota. Put them on Indianapolis side of the field. And they scored real quick. Boom. It's like touchdown.
Like I said, everything.
2 minutes in the third quarter. Touchdown.
You don't come back from a 33-point deficit and you ain't just
Without
did everything under the sun.
Team.
Yeah.
Hold on. And don't forget, they started getting the ball to Jamar. They put the ball in Dalvin Cook's hand, who had that amazing screen for it. He was just running through anything in the opposite jersey, right? I mean, my man had eyes all the way around his head because a cornerback came from his left side from behind him to go at his legs, and somehow he missed both legs.
Yep.
It was amazing what happened. Like literally, that was crazy. Let's talk about
also the same team that gave up 30 and a quarter though. So
everybody
who does that?
expected Miami. Everybody expected Miami to go up to Buffalo after a big snowstorm. Terrible. Well, Tua did not do that. He actually showed up. No, I was looking for a sound that I can hear that y'all can't hear, I guess. Tua didn't do that. The team actually showed up. They got the ball to Jalen Waddle and gave Buffalo a great fight. This was a really good game. My question to y'all is this a preview of the AFC Championship game that'll be played in Buffalo? Or is it a preview that Miami, who has been on a little bit of a slide here, still has something to play for, and they're going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs? So how do you guys feel about Miami, and is this a preview of the AFC Championship? Hit me in the chat, too. Let me know what y'all think. Miami and Buffalo.
Division?
Yeah, they are. They're
in the same division.
They can't be in the middle for AFC Championship game in the same division.
Why not?
They're in the same division.
Okay.
If
both teams make it to the playoffs,
seeding though,
yes.
It would depend on the seeding,
yeah.
Yes. It would just depend on the seeding.
It's a possibility, but it's a possibility.
I say,
go ahead, Ant.
No, you good. You good. Go ahead.
Well, I just I just hope that you're saying the championship in Buffalo. First of all, that game was absolutely ratchet, and y'all know why I say that. So there were many distractions on that game. But I, between the two teams, just off of them playing, I don't feel like, I think Miami is a good team, yes, but I don't feel like they got it over Buffalo. I just don't, and we saw that. So Miami can still be in the run for everything, but I don't have them going over Buffalo, which technically Buffalo has not clinched the division yet. But they have clinched at least a wild card to get into the playoffs. So
right now, the way they would be, they are the 6th seed right now, not the 7th seed. Miami's sitting in the 6th seed spot. So they would actually wind up playing the Bengals first, right?
Oh, that's not good for them.
Yeah.
For who?
For Miami. It's not good.
I don't think the Bengals that's going to be a scoring fest. I don't think the Bengals
are a wrecking ball, dude.
Yeah,
I'm serious. It shows that the first 4 games for them really was the preseason, or rather for Joe Burrow, because of that appendectomy or whatever it was.
Right.
And he had to get in his groove. And then don't forget, Jamar missed time. They still were able to weather that storm. They had Mixon out with the concussion. He's back. This team is dangerous. They are just as dangerous, and they've proven that they can go anywhere and beat what many people believe is the best quarterback in the NFL. He ain't scared of them, not one bit. Miami will be a problem, but if they run into Cincinnati, I don't see anybody beating Cincinnati.
Well,
Cincinnati is a real problem.
There. They're sitting right there because the matchups right now, if the playoffs started this weekend, right? They don't, but if the playoffs started this weekend, you got Kansas City playing Tennessee, right? And the Jets in New England are both vying for that position. The Jets, New England, and the Jaguars, they're all vying for that position at number 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you guys, and I sort of said it to get a reaction out of y'all. The Bengals is a team that nobody wants to face, but Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and that running game is starting to come along for Miami. Running games travel and defenses travel in the playoffs. But
so here's the thing. Buffalo's on a 5-game win streak. In turn, Miami's on a 3-game losing streak.
Yep.
So their momentum is going down. Buffalo's is going up. I don't even have them clinching the division, let alone are they going to make it past the first round. If they are up against the Bengals, I don't see it.
Well, their remaining
the Chargers
schedule,
are coming on.
They got the Green Bay Packers. Miami has the Green Bay Packers on Christmas. And then they play the New England Patriots, and they finish with the Jets. Do you still think that they're going to lose those 3 games? They could actually move up. Green Bay.
You too. They don't need to play.
They can't move up. Nobody can't move up?
Because they're not winning the division?
Because the Chargers got tiebreaker over.
There you go. So
the Chargers got the Colts, the Rams, and Denver left.
Chargers are sitting at 6, and wait, they can move up because Baltimore.
If they end up in the tie,
in the 4th spot. No, Baltimore's sitting in the 4th spot right now.
If they end up in the tie, the Chargers have the tiebreaker over Miami.
Okay.
But how is Baltimore
sitting
in the 4th spot?
Chargers not in the 4th spot because they're not winning the division.
Baltimore is in the 4th spot right now.
Baltimore and the Bengals, but the Bengals are leading that division.
No, they're in the 5th spot. Baltimore's in the 5th spot.
Thank you.
Right. Baltimore is under the Bengals right now.
Right.
No, Tennessee sit in the 4.
And that's the matchup
and that's Baltimore's in the 5. Baltimore's in the 5. They're going down. The Chargers, you don't think? Yeah, they do have the tiebreaker over them, but they can still move up because the Chargers
got 3. They got 3. They're gonna win. They're gonna win at least 2 out of 3 of these last 2 games. The Rams, obviously, the Rams.
Miami can only go to the 5th seed.
Yeah, they can move up.
That's right. So they can move up.
Yeah, they can go to the 5th seed.
They can move up.
Miami, they could possibly go to the 5th seed. That's as far as they can go.
Right.
But
so
they ain't winning that division.
They can get away from the Bengals at the number they are at 7. They would actually play KC first. They would play KC.
That's not good for them either.
No. I see. No,
that's a better matchup.
Is the Chargers going to lose those games?
I agree.
The Chargers going to lose for Miami to move to the 5th seed.
I think Miami's.
I
think Miami's fine against anybody.
We were just talking about Miami. We were just talking about Miami can move to the 5th seed. I said Miami can't move to the 5th seed if the Chargers continue to win.
Right.
We got a Chargers and a tiebreaker over Miami.
Well, come on now. Everybody knows who the Chargers head coach is.
I'm just telling you.
No,
I just told you 3 games they got left.
That's not.
They usually fade late. They're not fading late.
Do you see the 3 games they got left? They got the Colts, the Rams, and the Broncos.
No,
they could easily win out. Well, we don't say they're gonna win out, but they could win out.
Yeah,
exactly. They could easily win out.
I don't.
And the Chargers are 5th. That puts Miami at.
You don't have to.
6.
If they play the Cincinnati Bengals, you can kiss them goodbye.
No, they would actually play KC. They would actually. I had that wrong. They would
play in the 6th spot.
So you're picking this team. You're picking this team that's newly constructed this year, who's going down as opposed to going up to beat the Kansas City Chiefs at home.
Yeah, because the Kansas City Chiefs defense sucks.
At home during the playoffs.
Okay. Okay. That dude, the numbers, and I mind you,
he just needs 13 seconds, right?
His mechanics are terrible. All that stuff. I get all that. He don't lose in the first round, sir. He don't lose in the first round. He don't lose the division. He don't lose in his come on, man. He don't lose in the division. He don't lose the division. He don't lose in the first round of the playoffs. And until he does, I ain't buying it.
You ain't buying it. Okay.
Against Tua, you're gonna take Tua over Mahomes.
I'm gonna take
Not in the playoffs.
Jalen.
You're gonna take Andy Reid.
Man, did y'all see that penguin in Buffalo?
I mean, no, you're gonna not Andy Reid. You're gonna take Mike, whatever his name is.
The penguin in Buffalo.
And
did y'all Miami ain't scared.
They ain't got to be scared. They got to win.
They also have never won anything.
Okay.
They ain't got to be scared.
So technically, they ain't winners either. You got to come on, man.
They said they ain't never scared. That you ain't.
And who they got that's gonna stop? And who they got that's gonna stop Travis Kelce?
Ooh.
Who they got that's gonna stop that receiving core after that?
And you're right.
Okay, we only talking sports here. Hey, no big deal. Pick. Hey, Pick. We only talking sports.
You would have Tyreek going back to KC. You think he's not gonna have a chip on his shoulder?
He don't matter. He's one person.
He left on his own. What chip?
He's not on his own. He's not on his own. Because who's
he left on his? He left on his own.
He left on his own. You be wanting to just argue.
I'm just saying. Yeah, true. That's what we supposed to do. Right?
Yeah, no. This he could admit.
That's what we supposed to do. I'm gonna
manufacture to his own, sir.
No, I'm not.
I don't know, man.
I got him into.
But we the only thing I'll say is that we also still have to take into account pedigree. It's what made New England who they were. They have a winning pedigree. So
did not make it.
Who? Oh, you talking about Miami?
New England.
No. I'm not talking about for the playoffs. I'm saying when they went on their run, they had a winning pedigree. You know what I'm saying? And Kansas City has a winning pedigree. Now, if they play Burrow, all bets is off. If they play Buffalo, all bets is off. Why? Because they've lost to those teams.
Right.
Like it's proven that they can beat them anywhere. I can't say that for Miami.
But Miami did beat Buffalo early in 100-degree weather. The temperature was like 80 degrees different, right?
It's cold now.
It's cold. So wherever
Miami it was a tough fall game. It was definitely a tough fall game. This last round.
They lost to Buffalo in the snow.
In the snow, they went to Buffalo and played in the snow. So that's not going to give them. You don't think that gives them confidence that they can go to Kansas City and ball out in the middle of January? They can try.
That don't mean they're going to do.
The Bengals are scary. All right, now listen. Let's get to the Bengals, okay? So the Bengals just did whatever they wanted to do to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers on Sunday. That was on Sunday. We've already said it. The Bengals look like the team that no one wants to face. You said Buffalo's on a 5-game. Well, the Bengals are on a 6-game win right now.
Right.
That's what we call a heater, right? Who is cooling the Bengals off? That's my question here. Anybody cooling the Bengals off? Let me know in the chat what y'all think.
What's their schedule the rest of the way?
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
I know the statistician got it.
Wait, did you mute it?
On it.
You still muted.
You still muted, said.
You still muted.
They got the Patriots, they got Buffalo, and they got the Ravens for the last game of the season.
Okay, so Buffalo
that's Patriots is gonna be tough. Like,
but I feel like their biggest problem is gonna be Buffalo.
So it seemed like they got the toughest schedule on the way down, way, you know what I'm saying, going out, which is gonna also speak to how well we can look for them to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and truthfully, you know, that explains their winning streak. You know, they need that. They need
rematch for the Bills. It's a rematch for the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I take that back. They didn't get the Bills out of there. They got the Chiefs out of there last year.
How about Pittsburgh has a chance to end the season at 500 or winning the season with 3 games left.
Pittsburgh had what?
They got a chance to end the season with a 500 record or 1 game over 500.
Remember, I said that. I was like,
what's their schedule?
They got a chance. I was like, Mike has never been under 500.
Yeah, but you've been saying how they was gonna do it.
I know. That's why I was. My feelings was hurting. I was in the feelings.
I know one of the games is against Cleveland. Oh, come on.
That's
ratchetness. They got the Raiders,
and they can beat Cleveland.
Raiders, Baltimore, and Cleveland.
Ooh,
they got a tough schedule. They got a tough schedule to do it too. Look,
but is Lamar Jackson gonna play?
You say is Lamar playing?
No. And Pickett Pickett, is it Pickett's?
Pickett.
Pickens.
Pickett.
Pickett's is cleared. Pickens cleared concussion protocol.
Yeah, Pickett.
Pickett,
the quarterback,
cleared protocol,
Yeah.
so he's
He's
good
gonna
to
start.
go.
He's gonna start.
So it's gonna be
I
a
seen
good
it
little
earlier
end
today.
to the season. This is gonna be a nice little run here. But I would
Right.
but I would trust Tomlin over a lot of these coaches. Just man, he
Oh, so
got
now
it.
now you agreeing with me?
Oh
No, I never.
Hey, you saw that? You saw that?
What?
Hey, you did. You wrote the Steelers off, Ant.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
You did.
When did I write the Steelers off?
But no, you just said to me.
I've pretty much been in the same boat with said on the Steelers.
But when I say,
I've been in the same
Mike
boat with
Tomlin
him.
and blah, 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 you was, now you like, I trust Tomlin.
Nah, I never said anything bad. I said, what I said was, I feel like he waited too late to put Pickett in. If he'd have did it earlier, he could have went through his bumps, and then they may be fighting, have a better chance to make the playoffs, because I believe that Pickett and Pickens, they got it. They got the makeup of being successful. But I never wrote the Steelers off. Like,
I wasn't making a face.
I don't care what he got going on. He just looking for something. But he's already been wrong on assessments of what I've said. He just want to look for some controversy. But like I said though, I didn't
fuss at me for being team Mike. You just said it.
No, you weren't. No. I wasn't saying no. Maybe you misunderstood what I was saying then. To me, it seems like you have been saying that it was less likely that he was going to finish 500.
No,
I know you said.
No,
I know you would say that
he was going to finish 500 or better.
She didn't always say he was going to finish 500. She said she likes Mike. That's what she was saying. I like Mike so much, and it makes me sad because I feel like they're not going to be able to finish 500.
No, I didn't say that last part, but I did say I like Mike. And I don't like him losing, but I didn't say he was going to lose. I'm not going to say he's going to lose. You're not going to hear that come out of my mouth. That's like me telling you Lamar going to lose. I'm going to go for my people.
Check the tape.
Yes, check the tape. I said that people are saying that he's not going to. Look. Now people are saying he's not going to win. Well, in the season over 500, but I want him to. That ain't even my team, and I'm gonna go hard for Mike. I like him as a coach. I wish we had him. We need him.
Okay, so we talked about the Chiefs already, right? We did, but we're gonna talk about them again.
Hold
okay?
on, couldn't get back up. He tried to cut the camera.
I can't even get up. He said I can't get up. Did anyone see this one coming? The Chiefs travel down to Houston, and they need overtime to beat the Houston Texans. But that's not really what I'm talking about here. What I said, did anyone see this one coming, is what I meant is a Chiefs fan was arrested for robbing a bank.
What?
A Chiefs fan was arrested for robbing a bank. Ant said check the tape, and he went and got the daggone tape.
Something wrong with him.
I was just saying, inspect it.
Thank you, Miss Carter.
Look at you. She done went and throw the picture up there and everything. Look at that. Repping that pink. Look at it. Go. Bruce has checked the tape. He says, I don't think Lady A ever said Mike was going to lose.
See, Ant just want me to say that. Wait, he robbed more than one bank? What kind of mess was he on?
Yes. Hey, listen, these tickets are expensive. And I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to let y'all know something. You got to do what you got to do to go to these NFL games. Right?
No, Pitt.
You got to do.
Pitt, we are not about to promote robbing more than one bank.
No.
Go to a game.
First off, you only need one. You should grab a couple of meals. Right? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not robbing no banks. No. But, yeah, Chiefs fan got locked up for robbing banks. Now, did anyone expect the Houston Texans to take the Chiefs into overtime?
No.
No, he did not rob a blood bank, metaphor. It was a bank with cash.
He was looking for that plasma platelet rich.
I heard they pay big money for that plasma. Don't play.
And they do. They definitely do. All right, who's got this going on in the background here?
That's me. Hold on, I'm sorry. That's my other.
But yeah, I heard about this, and he did it in a wolf suit or something like that.
No, he had his KC mask on. He had his KC mask.
I was about to say what he's.
I heard it was like a wolf suit, not a KC mask.
No, that's his actual. That's who he is. He's the fan. He's a super fan, right?
Okay.
And everyone knows that he comes in. He's in a full wolf suit. He's wolf out, whatever, right? Okay. But he didn't do it in that suit. Now, there was little hints that he was going to rob a bank, or he had been robbing banks to go to the games. Well, they said there's a couple of states you don't go into their banks to rob. One is Texas. The other one may be Oklahoma. And he got caught in Oklahoma.
Did he robbed the bank in Texas too, and in Oklahoma?
No, he didn't make it to Texas. He got caught in Oklahoma.
I heard he was just trying to cover the concession beer cost.
He was trying to cover the beer. No, the beer wasn't that expensive down in Houston.
But no, Pig, you really scared me because you was like, that's who he is. I was like, are you trying to say he like a werewolf? Like,
no,
what?
That's his.
I know what you mean, man.
Yeah. You know, KC, they're the wolves. Like you got KC the wolf, right? He's wolf out man or whatever. And I'm not a but that's. But
it's pretty sad. And for those who want to go to that Washington Dallas game in Washington, hit me up. You don't got to rob banks. I got discounts.
Hey, hold on, wait. Tell them again, Lady A.
I have discounts. You do not need to rob a bank to go to that last game of the season in Washington and Dallas. Do not rob a bank.
Well,
there's my Twitter, or you can send an email to First String Podcast.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
There you go.
Or you might be able to just walk up to the will call and say, "Can I just
don't
get some tickets?"
Don't do that.
I don't mean like they. I mean like they're gonna be probably giving them away by the time this is over.
That's why I said don't do that, because that's not what they do. And they're not going to do that for that game of all games.
No, they won't. All right.
All right.
Let's be real.
Y'all really.
In metaphor, I do not have a 5-finger discount. That's how rumors get started. Where's your corner?
Yeah, where's Lady A getting these tickets from?
Hey, I said I have a discount. I ain't say they were stolen. They are legitimate tickets.
Who's your source?
I don't know about you, but when I sit down, when we go to the game, we be in the lower bowl.
You don't have to go to the lower bowl.
Them tickets ain't cheap.
Well, that's where the common folk like to go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if they want to go to the lower bowl, they can get a discount. I'm not gonna be in the lower bowl. It's cold.
Oh, he wore.
That's why I said the common folk.
He wears a wolf suit to the game. Okay, see. Thank you, little Carter, right there. So he wears a wolf suit to the game. That's right. Okay. I know they called him Wolf Out Man or something like that, right? But yeah, that's what it is. He wears a wolf suit, and no one saw him in Houston. I don't know if y'all know, but like the KC fans literally called for a Houston takeover. And everyone was wondering, where's this guy? He was arrested.
He was in jail.
He got locked up.
Bless his heart.
Sing it, Ed.
Won't let me out.
I'm gonna join that one.
Sitting outside in Rio.
Is he really singing the whole song?
As I sold my last bag.
I don't even remember the words to that song. Here come Ant.
Come get him, Ant.
Who remembers the song? All the words to "I'm Locked Up."
I don't know all of it, but I do know quite a few of it.
Hey, so did anyone expect KC to go to overtime with Houston?
No.
Nah. It pissed me off because I'm pretty sure I picked the over on that.
Houston actually has a legit.
You laid 14.5 in that one.
Yeah, Houston has a legit secondary. What they have is a piss poor running game. And how did they win in overtime? They ran the ball, right? So we all expected KC to run the ball, and they just kept banging their head against a wall. Whoa. Hey, Drew, I'm going to let you in on the secret, bro. I'm going to let you in on the secret. I almost drove down to Houston to go to the turkey leg hut. That's a 4.5 hour drive.
That reminds me, I never got my turkey leg, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
I sure didn't bring. We can do it this weekend. All right, let's run out this weekend. Man, that's
man. Lady, I say it again because my feelings is hurt.
Turkey leg.
You sound like you said I ain't get mad. I was like, oh, I felt your pain when you said it.
That was real deep right there, boy. Real.
Hey,
last game we talking about the Patriots Raiders. The Patriots Raiders. I literally was cussing and fussing about me picking the Raiders to win this game.
Yep.
That's
right.
Your team. We expected you.
Yeah.
I was cussing and fussing and looking at this score.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, it happened. Pitchy,
beautifulest thing, the most beautifulest thing you ever seen.
Hey, the best part about this whole pick six was the stiff arm delivered to Matt Jones. I think he's still in the turf right now. I think the Patriots are digging him out before Wednesday so they can get him back to practice.
I bet you he won't pull a Russell Wilson though. Oh, I can't play. I'm out.
Oh, and that's
so soft.
And he had a knot on his head.
Like he just threw all that shade to that man.
Who got stiff arm tougher? Who got the worst end of that? Him or Mac?
Mac
by far. I guarantee you a little witty knot on his head ain't gonna stop him from playing.
No,
but oh my God, man! You didn't even see Matt's whole body. You just saw his legs go up.
That was embarrassing. That was so disrespectful.
He looked like in a situation at a Motel 6 after 2:00.
Wait,
Drew, he said the Patriots cost me money. See, Drew, I tried to tell you, Raiders.
Well,
tried to call you. That's ridiculous and embarrassing.
That was Antonio. It was disrespectful.
Yep. That stiff arm was very, very disrespectful.
That was so disrespectful.
A couple of these games.
Make the pay my parlay with the dumbest player. The dumbest. First off, you're tied.
That's gotta be the dumbest. And we say that stuff a lot. That's literally probably the dumbest play in NFL history.
So here's my question: does that wide receiver get cut this week?
No, you know why? No, you know why? You know why? Because he was the second person to get the ball. The first person was supposed to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick said, run the ball and go down. That guy said, I'm going to run a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit more. Here you go. So, no. Just deal with it. Just deal with it.
Just take the L, Bill.
About time some dumb stuff started happening to you, Bill Belichick.
Well, the first dumb
thing that happened the Super Bowl, the throw, I take that back. No, that would benefited him. I take that back. So no, it's about time some stupid stuff happened to you.
Look, medicine. Why was Mac Jones standing there? He should have been attacking the dude before the ball came.
He was waiting for what happened, I guess. He was like, just embarrass me today. I don't understand it.
I love how Bill Belichick said it was a mistake. I'm like, oh, you're saying it's mistakes happen now. Oh, that's cute.
Mr. Perfect.
All right. Hey.
Right.
All right. Say it. Did we miss anything, man?
You on mute.
He said nope, all good. He said nope, all good.
Nope,
all good.
All good. Like said, is ready to get out of here, man. Listen. Hey, today was a fun show. We had Doc stop by. He gave us 10 minutes, and Doc's not feeling well, so he's fighting a little bug. So we're grateful for Doc to do that for us, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all that stopped back. Don't forget to subscribe to First String Podcast, and we are presented by BetRivers, of course. Listen, we call it the OG Classic because we get in and we get out. Ant said we can't call it the OG Classic no more. Say it. Tell them what it is.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
I don't know, man.
Artlist.io